Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the songs that mean the most to me. Today we're going to be talking about You Only Live Once by The Strokes. It's one of my favorite different than electronic music, I don't know what would you call it exactly, alternative albums and artists. So let's get into it. Oh hey, didn't see you there. So we're going to be talking about You Only Live Once by The Strokes. So my discovery of The Strokes came a long time ago, back when I was actually in high school, and I went over to this friend's house, and while they were having an argument with their parents, and I was in the living room playing Guitar Hero. Well, I never played Guitar Hero before, so like while they were doing their thing, I think they had set it up. He or she had set it up for me. I can't remember who exactly. And I started playing Guitar Hero, and I was going through it because I'd never played Guitar Hero before. And I went through all the songs, and I found Reptilia by The Strokes, which is one of their most, if not their most popular track to date. And I was playing it. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. This is kind of like the stuff that at that point I wasn't really making music. I was playing a little bit of guitar, and I was just learning the piano and stuff. I'm like, this is a really cool band. I'm kind of interested in it because at the time I was only listening to like electronic music. I'd really love to see the music I was listening to back then because I feel like that'd be really cool. Anyway, so I discovered these guys, and I'm like, okay, I want to investigate a little bit more about their music. And Reptilia was really good, and it's still an incredible song. It's one of my favorites when I'm outdoors. Like I like to go for if I'm going for like a hike or if I'm walking through the woods or something like that. I like to put on their music. Same thing with like MGMT. Oops. That might be another episode in itself, but it's so like, I don't know, it's very nostalgic music. I really love what, I don't know the names of the artists in The Strokes, but the music feels very nostalgic to me, like of a time that I didn't live, but I feel like I remember. It's very like emotional, and it seems not childlike or child-esque. It's like, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like what it's like to be in high school, and you go to parties and you go to school, and you kind of don't like, for me, most of the time I really didn't enjoy being there for like circumstances at home, and then what's going on in school. And I like the teachers who are always the most annoying for me were the classes obviously I wasn't really good at. Like I always sucked at math. Anyway, but it reminds me of like, you know, like you're walking through the school, the hallways at school, and like you go to your locker, and in my high school we had like a spin style thing, and it's like you see like, you know, in those high school movies, you see like people walking by, and there's stereotypes that are like proliferated throughout all time, like the people who play sports and people who do this and people like this. And I feel like this music, at least for me, although it might relate to a bunch of different parts of it, like in high school I wouldn't say I was cool or anything like that, or like cool as or popular, I guess would probably be a better term for it. It's not for anybody in specific, but for me it reminds me of a time in my life where like I really didn't know who I was, what I wanted to do. Well, actually at that time I wanted to be a soccer player, but my mom wanted me to be a meteorologist, and my dad wanted me to be like a geologist or something like that. And everybody had these conflicting things, and like when you're growing up and when you're in high school, it's so like everything just seems so overwhelming, and everything that happens to you is just like for me at least, it felt like everything was like the end of the world. Like, how am I ever gonna get over this? How am I ever gonna achieve what I want? And eventually it led me to start making music, and consequently The Strokes have found a really similar place in my repertoire of music. And whenever I'm feeling like I wanna revisit a memory from back then, a lot of their music is strictly tied with it. Like there's a spot up where I lived. So there's a bridge. I know this is gonna be super ambiguous, so I want to keep it that way, but there's a roundabout, and you can go across the bridge, or you can go down this path that follows a river, and you can go all the way to the end of this road, and it takes you to this really big lake. And I remember so many different times, like back then I think I had an old Mercedes that was an absolute piece of garbage. I would put on, like if I was feeling very stressed out or something like that, which was very often back then, I would hop in the car and I would just put on The Strokes or some MGMT. Jeez, I can't speak today. So Coldplay was really big back then too. And I would just drive up this path all the way, because it felt so like peaceful, and it felt like it was the only person up there was me, which was probably true at that time. But yeah, it occupies a really special place in my heart for moments like that, and kind of reminding me that in moments where you feel really overwhelmed, or in moments where everything seems like the end of the world, more often than not, it's not. It's just the uncomfortable moment is just temporary. And as time does heal a lot of things, time will also heal that perspective. And and eventually, if you learn from it, you'll grow, which is a lesson I took from You Only Live Once, because a lot of things seem very overwhelming. Don't I mean, it's hard in the moment, but don't hold on to it for too long. Just try to learn and enjoy it, because that's what we're here for. But yeah, I know that was a roller coaster of a bunch of different things kind of colliding into one here at the end, but I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys enjoy this song. If you haven't listened to it, I'll put a link in the description down below for you guys to check it out. Let me know if you guys are enjoying these. Actually, I really do enjoy talking about this kind of stuff with you guys, because music plays such an important part in my life, not only for producing and stuff, but also listening. And I listen to a whole variety, and my tastes have been expanding a little bit more recently, and I wanna share that with you guys. So if you guys like these videos, consider giving this video a like, and if you think I deserve it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, guys. Thank you so much for watching again, and one of these videos are gonna pop up here. Click on the one that you most enjoy. That being said, I will see you on Monday for another video. Peace.